Good evening, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming in for your meeting today. Um, Today I want to try a approach with y'all called solution focused therapy. So,
Okay.
I guess what we will start with is y'all tell me a little bit about what brought y'all in today to discuss.
Well, the issue is we're taking care of our dad. Well, I'm taking care of our dad, and I feel like I'm not getting any support. Financially, sure, I'm getting some support. She's paying 50-50, but
Okay.
I feel like I'm the one that
More
has
than
to
that.
do all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the washing, all of the taking care of him, like doing all the physical stuff. And I just don't have any support. And I also have a full-time job, so I don't have the time to be doing everything, and I need help, and she's just not willing to help.
First of all, it's more like 70-30 because I make more money and have more disposable income. So I just think we should be clear on that. Um, but yeah, she does do more of the work of like around the house taking care of our dad. Because we both have full-time jobs, but I do work longer hours and I've had to work like weekends, where like they do sometimes call you in for overtime, but she can also say no. And she has more of like a set schedule. So I am like really worn out, but I do try and do some basic things. Like we have a dishwasher, so sometimes like I'll put the dishes in the dishwasher or I'll take them out, or try and like do some of the laundry, but it just kind of depends because I don't like to do anything that's like gross, because of like
Okay.
the help that he needs. And so, sometimes like some of those clothes are kind of not so clean. And helping him sometimes, and I'm just like, I have a really weak stomach. And she doesn't. So
I
she
do.
she handles it better than me. I puke. She doesn't. That's the difference. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of like I have a more financial role and she has a more like hands-on involved role.
Okay. Well, now I appreciate y'all sharing that with me. So I guess what we'll do first with this situation, in a absolute perfect world scenario, what would be the best solution to help best take care of y'all's dad? And Randy, I'll let you go first, and then Becky, I'll let you go.
I think best case scenario is we have someone at the house doing all of this for us. So that way neither one of us has to do it. That is personally what I think, but it's expensive. And since I'm not able to work overtime right now, I can't really afford to put in the money to hire somebody.
Understand.
Yeah.
Um, Becky,
Long term, like, oh, sorry.
no, you're okay. What were you what was your solution?
I feel like that's a short-term solution. Long term, I think like he needs to go into like an assisted living home. Um, because I just feel like staying with us and having either one of us or this one worker, like at some point it's going to be too much, and he needs to be in assisted living. But I mean, I could definitely see having a third person to be there would be helpful for us.
Okay. And I know you had mentioned, and that is a pretty expensive endeavor, I know. Is your father insured?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. Um, I don't know if we've explored any options as far as what his insurance would and would not cover, but I guess, Randy, how do you feel about the idea of an assisted living for your father?
I think he would have more personalized care if there was one person in the house watching him long term, because I know that is a long term thing that can be done. Um, I just don't feel comfortable leaving him uh, in an assisted living place where we can't visit 24/7 or we don't have access to him as much as I would like to have access to him. And I just don't know how well that he would be taken care of when they have so many other um
Residents.
residents to take care of. And so I feel like it would be best to hire like one person to watch him, you know?
Stand. And of course, what I'm hearing though is y'all both want what's best for him. So we're kind of on even ground there. Um, let's take a look at it this way. If we were to come to a compromise and both of y'all get a solution that y'all are comfortable with, what would that look like, do you think?
I mean, realistically, an assisted living place is more in our budget, but I would prefer a smaller assisted living place with less residents in it. And I just don't know if we're gonna find that around here. We haven't really had time to look. Um,
Yeah.
but if we were able to find something small, then I would maybe consider having him in an assisted living.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. We definitely want to make sure like he's somewhere where he's going to be taken care of and relatively close by, but I know like she wants something very particular, and so I'm like, that's fine. It just might mean that he's like further away than if we chose something closer, but it's ultimately about like where is he going to get the best care?
absolutely. Absolutely. So, um, I guess my next question would be, have y'all taken a look to potentially find a place, or even with Randy's idea of the assisted living person coming to assist, have y'all looked into that at all?
I vaguely looked into it. I just haven't had time to deep dive because we haven't really, every time we bring it up, I want one thing, she wants another, so we don't really haven't picked one path yet to settle on and deep dive into it to really figure out what the solution is going to be.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I've looked at like some places around here and like about an hour out, but since she's not on board with it, um I haven't pushed it. But we also haven't really had a serious discussion about even having the home health aide.
Right. Well, and it sounds like we just kind of need to come together and to kind of help make that decision. And what I would kind of encourage too is to, speak with y'all's dad as well to see, how he feels about the situation. Is he able to share his thoughts on the
Yeah.
situation? Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Well, let's kind of take a step back and we're gonna, I guess, kind of scale this frustration with one another, like on a scale from, let's say, 1 to 10, how frustrated with the situation with your dad are you both? Um, Becky, I'll let you go first this time since Randy went first the first time. So,
Um, I think the situation's been really frustrating. Probably like an 8 out of 10.
okay, okay. So we're pretty frustrated then. Okay. Randy, what would you say?
I would say that I'm more frustrated than her because I'm more hands-on.
I understand.
So I would still say probably an 8.5 or 9 out of 10.
Okay. Okay. So you are both right at that 8.5, 9 area. So um what I think we want to do is kind of take some small steps to um kind of figure out a solution for this. So what I'm thinking we do is try and get at least a point off of both of those scales, frustration wise. And in order to do that, of course, we'll have to communicate and kind of talk through it. But what do y'all think would help bringing that point down?
I mean, I guess both of us need to look at the options we're thinking of and then set a time to like actually sit down and talk about it.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
And if, say, for next session, we aren't able to come to a conclusion, I would say at least y'all coming together and making that list of best options, and we can discuss it next time we meet. So
Okay.
that may be a good teamwork thing to maybe Randi looks at the people coming in to assist in home, and then Becky, you can look at the facilities around, and we can come together and talk through the list and maybe help make a decision. So does
I
that
think it sounds
sound
good.
like a good plan? Awesome. So, well, I think we're about at time to wrap up our meeting. So, we've got a plan for next time as far as getting those ratings down, frustration wise, a little bit lower. And y'all just bring that list. And if you've made a decision by then, that we'll discuss it. If not, I'll do my best to mediate and help find the right one.
Okay. That sounds good.
Appreciate y'all meeting with me today. Thank y'all.
Thank you.